Hey everyone, it's Stephanie, and today we're going to talk about my favorite black nail polishes. So, I have a bit of a secret. I don't really like black nail polish. I know it's shocking, even though I'm a certified goth poser, as they used to call me in middle school, or a mall goth, as I've kind of learned to call myself. I don't really like black nail polish, and I have a couple of reasons for that. The first reason would be that I think that the color black as a base for nail polish with more components in it than just like a cream or a jelly or something like that tends to kind of hide the glitters in it. So, in my opinion, you have to have a really special kind of glitter or a really special kind of formula to show off glitter within a pure black base. I think that most nail polishes that have like different components in them don't have a pure black base. I know that Hollow Taco's electrostatic is more of a purple, and most other black linear hollows lean some other color than pure black. But in my experience, the darker or the blacker the base of a polish is, the less you can see the glitters through it. And so that kind of makes specialty black polishes something that I'm not incredibly interested in. I went through a period of time where I tried to find like the perfect black shimmer, and I never really found that perfect black shimmer. And in preparation for this video, I swatched so many black polishes to see if they would somehow just blow me away and end up on my favorites list. I don't really like searching my collection, swatching different things to try to figure out what's my favorite, but I had so few on this list that I was desperate. And in the end, I have three. I have three on this list for favorite black polishes, excluding my creams, which you can go watch my video where I compare every single one of my black cream polishes. None of those are my favorite polishes. They're just the black creams that I own, and some of them work better and some of them work worse. Hey, editing Stephanie here. I forgot to say the second reason. The second reason is that everything I own is black. So I'm not joking. If I like hold my black manicured nails to my pants or my shirt or my cat or my bed, they just disappear. So I really just want a more vibrant color so that I can like actually visibly see my awesome nails, which I just put an awesome rainbow gradient on. Happy Pride. So anyway, I guess we'll just get into these polishes. I'm excited to show you the three that I have, and I'm excited especially for you to see the number one because I hear people talking about this polish a lot, but it's usually not in a particularly positive light. So let's get started. So, of course, as usual, this list is from worst to best order. But of course, as per usual, these are my favorites. So I don't think any of them are bad. And there are only three. So I think I kind of nailed the order. I think that I put them in the correct order. All right. First up is OPI Turn Bright After Sunset. So, Turn Bright After Sunset is a holographic black nail polish. It kind of rides the line between linear and scattered. I tend to consider this a linear. When I look at my nails when I'm wearing it, I can definitely see that rainbow line. And you can see a little bit of it in this picture, but I don't think I caught it that great. This was in an OPI holiday collection a few years ago, and I was like set on collecting all of these from TJ Maxx because I think it's just kind of interesting when either a mainstream or especially a drugstore brand does a holographic polish. Obviously, this is just like a mainstream brand, not necessarily a drugstore brand. So I looked for all of these at TJ Maxx. I did end up getting every single one of them. And this one honestly blew me away. I covered Paint the Tinseltown Red in my first color series video. And so this is the second time this collection has shown up. I actually kind of thought there would be more of this collection. But this is just such a beautiful polish. And a while back, I did a comparison of all of my black holographic polishes. I might have gotten one or two since then. I'm actually not sure. I don't really think I did. But those are all of my holographic black polishes. And I felt like this one was the darkest and closest to black, but at the same time, the most holographic of those polishes. So I was really impressed by it. And I've actually been wearing it for a couple of days now, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. Anyway, this is OPI's Turn Bright After Sunset. All right, coming up next is my second favorite black polish. And had I not remembered this polish existed like literally a few seconds ago, this video would have been about one single polish because I would have just said, like, I'm not going to do a video about two. But then I remembered this one, and I can't. I cannot skip this one. So here we go. This is Glisten and Glow's Amy. So Amy is this gorgeous black jelly, and it has these rose gold flecks or flakes in it. They're not quite as big as Glisten and Glow's I Do Crew, which is their white with rose gold flakes in it. But this polish is very reminiscent of I Do Crew, only that one's white and this one's black. And I think this is just absolutely stunning. And every time I wear it, I'm like, this is incredible. So this is from a Glisten and Glow collection that I believe it's called Gone Before Their Time. And it's a collection of polishes that's inspired by a number of musicians who passed away quite young. That's one of the things that I love about Glisten and Glow. They have an unaliving oneself awareness polish. They have this line, and it's so rare to see people just being so open in their support of I'm just doing this for like YouTube monetization, unaliving awareness and things like that. It's a very dark topic, but it's a very welcome one for those of us who suffer with those ideas. And I just think this one is so gorgeous. I think the Amy Winehouse would have looked beautiful. And this, of course, this is for Amy Winehouse. I didn't mention that. You might not realize that just because this is called Amy, it's about Amy Winehouse, but that is who this one is inspired by. And I think it's just so gorgeous. I love this one. This is Glisten and Glow Amy. All right. Last but certainly not least in my book, this is one of my favorite polishes of all time, just saying. And it is Essie Belugaria. When I knew I was going to be making a list of my favorite black polishes that weren't creams, I knew this was going to have to be number one. And I know that a lot of people hate this polish, and the only kind of exception to that really are people who love to hate this polish or people who have a love hate relationship with this polish. I am in a love relationship with this polish, but of course, the love had to grow. It had to grow over the years. And this came to me in a very interesting way. So, this polish is actually from the before times. So, before I started collecting nail polish, before I ever bought my first hollow taco, that led me to get my first Cirques and then led me to get my first ILNPs and then so on and so on and so on and so on. I got this polish. And how I got this polish is that my mom was at the drugstore and she saw this and said, a black glittery polish. Stephanie would like this. And so she bought it for me. And I was like, oh, interesting. But thank you. Cool. Whatever. So it sat on the shelf for a while, or probably in my like box of random polishes. I don't remember if this was before or after Icon Maried. I think it was before, because I did the Marie Kondo method with my entire house. And that left me with like, I would say maximum 20 polishes that I had before I started collecting nail polishes, and that was down from somewhere probably around 50. So I kept a hold of this polish, and one day I was like, "You know what? Let me try that polish on." And I put this polish on, and I was like, what the ever loving hell is going on? So to describe Essie Belugaria looks like asphalt with a few holographic glitters in it, and it applies like asphalt with a few holographic glitters in it. It is so thick, it goes on like spackle. It is insane, and I love it so much. So yeah, I put this on and I was like, "Mom, what is this? What did you get me?" And that's when she was like, "I just saw that it was like a black glittery polish. I don't know." So at first I resisted. I railed against this. I was like, "This isn't good. I don't like this. What the heck's going on here?" But then it just slowly grew on me. It's so weird. Also, at the time, I had really bad eczema. Thank goodness I now take an injection that takes care of that, and my life is very changed. But at the time, I was itchy all the time. And I don't know if this is like weird or gross or TMI, but the texture of this polish is so nice to scratch with. It doesn't break the skin, or at least it didn't break my skin. So I was able to just like scratch with the back of my hand. Yeah, very weird reason to like a polish, but that is why I like this polish. One of the reasons why I like this polish. But yeah, it's so unique. It's so bizarre. And one of the first times I ever commented on my friend Hillary's channel on Mediocre Manny's was when she was talking about this polish, and it might have been in her favorite blacks video. She was talking about it, saying she didn't know why they called it Belugaria, and I commented in the comments, as you do, that I'm pretty sure that this is named after beluga caviar. So beluga caviar is just caviar that's like fancy. Most caviar is fancy. I don't know a lot about caviar, but that is kind of like the idea I understood about the name of this. This was from Essie's 2013 winter collection, I believe. It was called Encrusted Treasures, and there were a bunch of different colors of this. I'd kind of like to track them down and get the other ones. But yeah, like I had to add so much nail polish thinner to this to even be able to get it to like get on my nails at all, but I gave up and I'm using old swatches for this one because luckily I have some. I should be showing one right now that is me with my lipstick tip nails because like when I went to lipstick tips, which are slanted tips for the first time, I had actually broken my nail in a slant, and so I was like, might as well do this. Um, I decided to make it double cursed by using Essie Belugaria just to go like all the way. And it also kind of matched this monster can, which I thought was very cool. But yeah, Essie Belugaria, she's weird, she's lumpy, she's shiny, she's everything I am and want to be in my life. This is my favorite black polish out of my three favorites. What an exciting video. All right, now that we're through with that, I think I do actually have one honorable mention at the end of this. So this isn't really one of my favorite black polishes, but it definitely is a notable one in my collection, and that is Enchanted Darth. So this is the only Enchanted polish I ever bought before they went out of business. And I regret everything. I thought that like black linear hollows were super rare because I was like super new to the scene and everything. So I was like, oh, I better hop on this one that Enchanted Polish has. And I decided to just buy this, even though there was like a ton of different polishes that I thought were cute on the website. I don't know if that time Winifred, their orange glitter was out, but if it was, I didn't buy it. And of course I regret that because I would end up spending 5 times the asking price on Winifred when I actually ended up buying it. But yeah, I bought Darth. And it's okay. Enchanted Polish was an amazing brand. Of course, like I said, this is a linear holographic formula. I wish I had bought more from Enchanted, but all I have is Darth and my very expensive Winifred. It was really funny because I, of course, really wanted to get a bottle of Winifred, and I found somebody that I knew on Lacquergram, which is like a nail polish based social media app. It's not too social media-y, but it's a place where you can like store and share the list of your nail polish. And somebody I knew was in search of Darth and had Winifred. And I was like, "Hey, do you want to trade my Darth for your Winifred?" And they were like, no, absolutely not. So yeah, that's how I ended up spending $98 on Winifred. Well, I mean, first I had to not buy it when it was available and regret it. But yeah, so this is my one honorable mention. I have Enchanted Polished Darth, obviously named after Darth Vader. I'm going to keep like talking about it back and forth. I don't know. This video is going to be weird. But yeah, it's a polish and I own it, and there, it's honorable and it has been mentioned. All right, everybody. Well, that is it. That's all of my favorite and even remotely notable black polishes in my collection that are not creams. I just want to take this moment to remind everybody I am still raising money for Equality Florida. We have raised almost $300 so far, and I will be matching up to $500 worth of donations. So hopefully we'll get all 500, and then we'll be able to donate 1,000 to Equality Florida. The queers in Florida are having a really hard time, so please join me and a lot of my nail polish friends in giving a little back to the queer community in Florida. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you haven't had enough of me, I am on Twitch and I am on Instagram, and I also have a podcast with my friend Danny Shout. It's called Two Lacquered Ladies, and you can find it wherever podcasts are available. Have a really amazing day. Be excellent to yourselves, be excellent to each other, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.